Today we're going to talk about grief and loss, and I'm going to provide 2 strategies that I believe will be helpful for you in dealing with grief and loss. So we know that grief and loss is difficult. And many times when we've experienced this, we feel like we've been knocked off our center, that we've lost our grounding. We tend to experience feelings of shock, disbelief. And many times we can ask ourselves these questions like, how am I going to get through this? How could this happen to me? When is this ever going to end? When we experience a time of loss, whether it's losing a loved one or special pet, or maybe a job layoff, or losing that sense of that stability that gives with being able to work. This is very tough. It shakes us to the core. And as I mentioned, it's not only the loss of a loved one or a loss of a job, it could be the loss of a different relationship or loss of freedom or loss of someone or something that gave meaning, that gave stability. How do we deal with this? Or at least, how do we manage the feelings that are associated to it? Today I'm going to talk about 2 strategies that I believe would be very helpful for you in dealing with loss or grief that you've experienced in life. So the first strategy is what I call doing a body scan. What I mean by this is you focus your attention on parts of your body where you feel any type of pain. And when I work with clients that have experienced grief or loss, of course, they say the place where they experience pain is in their heart. And it could be different for you. So where is your pain? Is it in your heart, your head, your stomach? Now I'm going to ask you to think about, what's the color of your pain? Is it red, blue, or black? Now think about the exact place where that pain is. The color, the intensity. And let yourself feel that pain just for the moment. Let any thought about the pain, whether it's related to people or situations, or whatever you've experienced, come into that place where you've identified it. Let yourself sit in the pain. Good. Now I want you to begin to shrink that pain. The color, the intensity, shrink it, making it smaller and smaller until it's a tiny point. Now with this tiny point, I'm going to ask you to take a nice deep breath, and as you breathe in, you're going to grab that point. And you're going to exhale, and as you exhale, you're going to exhale it out of your body. And then you're going to take another deep cleansing breath. And as you breathe in, you're going to imagine calm and peace. Just fill every part of your body. this is something that you can do on a daily basis. Scan your body. See where the pain is. And just follow those steps that I've outlined for you. Now we're going to go to the second strategy, using your senses to ground. So whenever you feel a distressing moment, you can move to that body scan. And then once you're done that, you're going to bring yourself back to connecting with each of your 5 senses to create a stability that was lost in the grief process. Our senses connect us to the world. They connect us to everything around us. We experience sensory triggers everywhere. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use that to be able to ground ourselves and relax. So let's start off with sight. First of all, notice one thing in your immediate surrounding or setting. What is it? Is it a chair, a plant, a bookshelf, a book, a cup, a TV, whatever is around you? Notice it. Take in every part of it. The color, the size, the shape, where it is located in your room. Just notice it through your sight. The next sense is smell. You can light a scented candle, preferably a favorite scent that you like. Lavender, rose. It could even be an essential oil. Something that you like to smell. You can also make a cup of coffee. Maybe you like the smell of coffee. Now, with coffee, it's very interesting because it's not only smelling the coffee, we're pulling in other senses like touch. Heat can be very soothing. That's why we often suggest to have a hot bath, because it soothes our tired bones. So with the touch and the heat of the cup, that's very soothing. And we've also pulled in taste, the flavor of the coffee. So we've used 3 senses just in that one act of making a cup of coffee to help us relax. The third sense, hearing. Now just close your eyes and set a focus to listen to the sounds around you. Maybe you can hear cars driving past outside, or birds chirping, or maybe a clock ticking. Notice the sounds around you. Just listen. This is grounding. The fourth sense is touch. Maybe you have a favorite t-shirt or clothing item that gives you comfort, a blanket, something fuzzy and soft. Or maybe you picked up a smooth stone from a walk that you went on. Touch it, feel it, and think about the memory that it gives to you. And let yourself ground with it. very comforting. Finally, taste. What's something that gives your taste buds a sense of comfort? We've already talked about the coffee. Maybe it's chocolate. Or maybe it's a cool drink of water. Something that's comforting, that creates a calming and relaxing response through your sense of taste. Now, all of these senses are very important. They're all a part of us. And we've experienced this sense of grounding and calmness. And now you have two strategies that you can add to your toolbox when you want to be able to create a calm, relaxing response. In a very uncomfortable time that you experience. So I hope these strategies were helpful for you. Thank you for your time today. And if you want to learn more about using your senses, check out my workbook, the Sensory Compounding Workbook. It's available through my website, the Sensory Compounding Workbook, or through Balboa Press, the publishers. There's an ebook and a soft cover available. And with the Sensory Compounding Workbook, it really highlights your senses in a way that teaches you to do this for yourself and teaches you to combine all your senses, which is what sensory compounding is about. To ground and to create a sense of peace and calm in your life during times of distress. So thank you very much for your time today. And please like or subscribe my YouTube channel. You can also check out my other social media through Instagram, the Sensory Compounding Workbook, or through Facebook, the Sensory Compounding Workbook. Thank you very much. Take care and be well.